Hello and welcome everybody. We are going to do a little bit of an energy update. As predicted about 6 days ago, I said we were going to get some solar activity. We are currently now December 29th, 2024, finishing up the calendar year. We are in the energy of Capricorn here on the earth plane. So with the solstice, a really quiet time of the year. I keep having the word discernment come up. We are just about to embark on our black moon, which is a second new moon of a month, which is also in Capricorn, happening at 9 degrees. We are finishing up a year 8, and 2025 is a year of 9, so completions. So Capricorn energy represents structure, discipline. Capricorn energy on the high vibe, if we're working with this and we're on our journey and we are aware that we are far more than the body and that we want to gain wisdom and knowledge, and we know that that starts from within. So right now there's a lot of purging with the solar activity. I want to go back there because my mind is very busy right now, very active, in a good way, processing and purging. And so if you're new to me, I am Lady Virgo. I tap into the collective energy. I have been feeling energy of the collective probably all of my life. And then in 2017, I started feeling the energies of our sun, our solar energy, our life force energy. And as it has been awakened and having solar flares and CMEs, I started feeling these energies and at first had no idea. Thought I was losing my fucking mind. And then with great discernment and connection with the Holy Spirit, I'm like, why am I feeling these so intensely? So I feel wholeheartedly that I am sensitive to these for a reason, so that I can help reach my hand out to others and let them know that you're not freaking crazy. You're just waking up and you are, we're all interconnected, as above, so below, and with each other. So that's why it's important to do our work. This is a time under the Capricorn new moon of not only most new moons are of a planting of a seed, but it's also a huge release. And I want to quickly go back to what I called coming in with the solar activity. And I'm going to do this the old school way because I don't like the way I do screen share on my device I'm recording on. So I just pulled out my laptop real quick. We had X-class solar flare of 1.11. I'm starting to feel these right off from the sun. And so this is now in our, the energy of the earth plane is surrounded by a magnetic field. And then when that energy comes in, that is where they measure it with the Schumann resonance chart, the energy within Gaia's atmosphere within us. And we are currently in a really significant purging, integration, receiving light codes, receiving different solar energy that we're not accustomed to. And we, as energy beings, pick that up through our central nervous system. So with that being said, I am also a generator in human design. So I believe that it is the reason, and I do have a lot of earth in my chart as well, the reason I feel these energies is so that I can assist other people and let them know that, your body, your nervous system, as this new energy comes in and new light codes come in from our central sun, our solar energy, our life force energy, that we are definitely connected. And then our nervous system picks it up through where our pineal gland is, the brain, our brain stem, and then through the wandering nerve. And the wandering nerve goes from the brain stem to the heart to the solar plexus, so the digestive tract. With that being said, some of the symptoms that may be arising within you right now I do not replace medical help. So if you need that and you feel you need to get help, then please do so. However, there's also symptoms that can arise in people. Not all people feel this, but a lot of people, whether they're awake or not, do feel these. They just don't know what's happening within them. So the biggest thing right now is huge, huge crown energy. And this is coming through with moving head pressure. This can show up in people with having headaches, head pressure. Sinuses are directly influenced over this as well. So if you woke up in the last 2 nights, if you were sleeping at all, you may have felt like somebody blew ganja in your mouth because you were waking up with dry mouth, a very dry sinuses as well, causing burning, and then other times just like post-nasal drip. Last night when I felt the next flare, because we've had a M-class solar flare and 2 X-class solar flares within the last 36 hours, I was feeling like my eyes were really, really burning. And then I've had other people say that their eyes were burning and then also watering. So some people may be experiencing not just the moving head pressure, but feeling vertigo, dizziness, headaches, like I said, on and off again, sore throats. That throat chakra is really wanting us to speak our truth, speak it with clarity, but it's almost a catch-22 because we're in this solstice energy. And as soon as the solstice took place on the 21st, I had this strong urge to go inner, very hermit mode energy, and observing. So working with the energies is very significant and helpful for you, especially if you realize what's happening. It's so helpful. That's why I like to reach out. I have a good group of women that also feel these different symptoms within their body. So this evening, on and off again today, the dizziness or vertigo, but then also this evening feeling like I was having some neck and shoulder tension. You could be experiencing nausea. Third eye pressure, so in the eyebrow area, a lot of that pressure there as well. It's also coming through as like sinus feelings, like I said. So earlier today also I had this huge surge of energy, like heat, that was just brewing from within. I felt like it was like my internal flame just in full ignite. So if you're experiencing some or any of these or different symptoms, let me know. I always like to hear people express that in the comments, and that way it also gives opportunities for other people to interact in the comments of, oh my goodness, yes, I'm feeling that as well. So there's a huge feeling of transformation. We're ending a year 8, 2024, going into a year 9 of completions. So it almost feels like we're in this, unless you're going against the grind, unless you're not listening to your body, you may be in this, workhorse mode, which Capricorn energy tends to kind of do. But it's very wise right now to just be in this holding pattern of allowing the transformation and the metamorphosis to happen within you. And the reason being is because we are in this huge pattern of release right now to take old hurts and wounds of our past experiences, and the high vibe of the Capricorn energy would be to transmute them into knowledge and wisdom and practical ways of taking ourselves forward. So it's like we got our sight on, quote, 2025. Who do we want to be in the world? Who are we authentically going to, are we going to represent ourselves as the best version and the most authentic version of ourselves? Or are we going to carry past bullshit with us and continue the cycle over and over again of repeated patterns? So it's Also under this energy of the new moon, a huge release, but it's also a planting of a seed, and it's more of a quiet inner time I would recommend for this type of energy. So on the high vibe of Capricorn, knowledge. What are the practical ways that you can take forward on your journey into this year 9 we're going into, which I feel is going to be very fast paced because we're going to have a lot of the outer planets shifting signs. And I said this all through, 2024 with Saturn and Neptune being in Pisces. There's always going to be those that are escaping from accountability. And then on the high vibe of that, there's going to be those that are having a discipline with their spiritual practices and living it. So there's this duality always on the earth plane, and it's up to us to be able to hold our energies accountable and do what we are called to do. And I believe that great discernment and very healthy boundaries, and I kind of spoke about that off and on again through 2024 as well, and allowing the things of the past to dissolve that need to dissolve. That way we are not repeating these same cycles over and over again, right? So this whole new freshness, there's a feel of that, but there's also a little bit of a feeling of like uncertainty. Capricorn in general for the collective is the 10th house, which is who are we? Who are you? Who do you want to be going into this year 9 authentically? And this also has a huge significance depending on where the Capricorn energy is in your personal birth natal chart as well, obviously. So I'm going to remove my mic because animals rule my world. Animals are very healing. They're gifts from God, and I believe my kitty wants in off the deck. So if you could just pause there, think about what I've already said today. Think about, perhaps any of the quote ascension integration symptoms that you may have been feeling or have not felt. Some people don't feel them. They have a different role, but I believe that we're strategically placed on the planet for a role, and all of us have a role. So let me let my Valgal in real quick here. So speaking of that, as I went and let her in, super dry throat, like, and also feeling like you're getting tickles there. So where the great discernment came in with that throat chakra to me was, we just all went through the, pardon me, Christian holiday of Christmas, and being around family is where the biggest triggers can be initiated. And I also had this great discernment with that as well, because I didn't go to avoid any triggers to family holidays this year, but I chose to keep it quiet and more inner and just very intimate. And so Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces, also the north and south node of the moon, will be moving into the healing, health, and dissolving axis of Virgo, Pisces. So it's funny because I tune in with my girlfriend on her energy updates, and I'm just always right in sync. And a lot of times I'm feeling these solar flares and stuff ahead of time and the different energies. So with that, I digress, but I wanted to say this because it's significant. I have chosen discernment on what is worth speaking and what is not worth speaking. when you're around people that you're triggered by. And I didn't avoid a family holiday this year because of triggers. I actually chose to have great discernment and just listen to my own inner being, my own self, and did what I felt my body called me to do. With that being said, and I have to agree with this, it's not parroting as I was already feeling it in with my parents specifically. Now, I'm not predicting this and I'm not professing this, but what I'm saying is by the time that the holidays roll around, whether you celebrate them or not, next year, with these nodes shifting into Virgo, Pisces, there are going to be people that are not sitting at the table next year. And so there is where my wisdom, where my throat chakra spoke up, and I'm speaking to people how much they mean to me, because I have a realization that everybody has been on our path for a reason, no matter what the reason is. There's a bigger picture. So I wanted to make sure that I said that too, because not only some people are waking up with really dry, throats, but you may be off and on feeling a tickle in your throat, like you need to speak something. And so perhaps for you, it isn't something that you find is going to be anything beneficial to speak to a particular person, but it may be something you need to speak to. Like for me, I have a love for Yeshua, so I lay a lot of things at his feet. I feel like he's a brother. And then I'll also just speak it out and lay it at Creator's feet, the Holy Spirit's feet, and then wait for great discernment on whether to speak it to that person or just to get it out of me. These videos help as well. These videos, when I come on and share them with the Ascension and integration stuff, not only it helps me as well to be able to speak it, because I'm feeling it in anyway. One more thing on the integration is, if you start feeling anxiousness as these energies come in down through your central nervous system, get the physical body moving. I have to earth 365 anyway, no matter what the weather is outside, for my own mental, emotional, spiritual health. But I've noticed, like 2 nights ago when we started getting some of these higher energies, these higher frequencies, I could just feel the energy brewing within me, and I was listening to good music anyway, and so I just started dancing and moving my body. So whatever the physical activity is for you that's beneficial, if you're feeling the nervousness or the pent-up energy within you, whether it be walking or jogging or skiing or swimming or whatever it may be. So keep that in mind as well, is that if you're feeling those, really strong energies, to get the physical body moving, because it'll help get some of that energy up and out of you. So we're going to do some cards now for this incoming solar energy, for this new moon in Capricorn, where we are super dizzy right now, integrating knowledge from the past of things that we're letting go of, and we are, planting these seeds. We're germinating them. We are maybe gonna spiritually, intentions plant these seeds for ourselves. So I'm just going to clear the energy a little bit, and we're going to draw some cards for this. Right now I'm feeling like a tingling on the top of my head, my crown. We are in major higher frequency energies coming in with the solar energy right now. And it's reflecting on that Schumann resonance chart. We just call upon the Holy Spirit, our angels, our ancestors to be with us, to guide us, to support us, to allow us to tap into the current energies. We're going to do some cards right now. We realize that we are the oracle, but we're going to utilize this to pull some messages for those who tune in, for the collective, for the current times. And we give thanks in advance. Have an attitude of gratefulness for the stillness. Have an attitude of gratitude for the things that you've experienced. Have an attitude in gratitude. Really, really strong throat chakra stuff coming up. Have an attitude and gratitude of being grateful for your awareness so that you can carry forward knowledge, wisdom, when with this Capricorn energy, practical ways to be able to germinate this seed for yourself for 2025 going forward. Who do you want to be? Who are you? What has created you to be who you are today? So I believe for the first message, we are going to draw from the Black Moon astrology cards. So for the Capricorn new moon, for the ending of 2024, going into a new calendar year, which we understand in the new calendar, the new year actually starts in Aries season, the beginning. What energy is wanting to come through for awareness at this time? Capricorn new moon, black moon. Third house, messages. Third house is about communication. Third house is about messages. Third house is about community, local community. It's represented by Gemini, which is the planet that represents that is Mercury. Mercury is currently in its opposing sign, Sagittarius. So here's the thing. Jupiter, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, is in Gemini. The ruling planet of Gemini is in opposition Mercury's in Sag, Jupiter's in Gemini. So there's this push-pull of maybe a lot of mental energy coming through, but we're being asked right now, look at 27, 2 plus 7 is a 9. We're going into a year 9. So pay attention. You got the third eye there above too as well. Pay attention to signs, to synchronicities, to thought patterns. This is also a time of being able to, and open, again, Sagittarius is beliefs. Gemini energy is information. So don't allow yourself to get tossed up in the topsy-turvy of information and belief systems. This could be a time as we go into year 9 where people's belief systems are completely uprooted, dismantled, but be open to shifting a perspective on what your belief system may be. Super cool. That's a cool card. Really cool card. Oh yeah, she rules me, I don't rule her. I'm gonna let her back out, and then when she comes to the door again, I'm not letting her back in during the video. Pardon me one moment. Yes, my cats rule me. Okay, Lady Jane, you're staying out there till I'm done recording. She has a safe place to go, so it's all enclosed, and she likes to go in and out, but she'll have to wait. So where am I being called to go to next? See, yeah, pay attention to that. I was just thinking about that when I looked at the chart earlier. I'm like, oh, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, messages, is in the opposite sign of Sag. And then we have, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, Jupiter, in Gemini. So there's a push-pull, and there might be a little bit of topsy-turvy going on within your intellect, decisions and choices and da-da-da-da-da. Be still. Allow it to process. Because you may change your mind, you may change your belief system as we go into this year 9. So, hey, that's cool. Let's draw a message from... Let's do one from the Chakra Oracle next. And then I'm going to do a Moonology one, I do believe. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new, please do like, subscribe, and definitely leave comments if you're called to, if this resonates with you. Popped out is perception, heart chakra, and what I was just saying here with the year of 9 and the opposing of Mercury, Jupiter, correct right now, is being open to changing our perceptions. This is heart chakra green, so this could be, having a change of heart. This could be something that's come up for you for this, under this full moon, or new moon, I'm sorry. And that it started with me with solstice and the, whole Christian holiday of Christmas and whatnot is, pick your battles. Does this really matter? Or are we sweating shit that doesn't even matter? Don't avoid things that trigger you, because triggers are windows to opportunity of growth and knowledge. And that's so perfect with the Capricorn energy is, on the high vibe of that, there is a wisdom, but it's through life experiences, hard knocks, right? Capricorn's ruled over by Saturn. So keeping your heart open and being able to honestly change your perception if you're feeling called to within your heart space. Let's do one more since that one popped out. It was like perfect with the 3rd house, messages, communication, and then being able to stay open to shifting our perspectives. That one just popped out too. What came up that flipped over, that I reflipped back over, was the trickster, and it was another heart one, green chakra. And so we need to pay attention to this, of the trickery. We need to make sure that we are guarding our hearts. We're in a spiritual battle. And it starts right on the micro level of whether you've been, in situationships that were with the trickster energy. It's people that are deceiving themselves, people that are not walking in authenticity. And this goes right up to the, structures that we're in. And I was thinking about this before I came on. We are now in the energy of Pluto out of Capricorn for our lifetimes and in Aquarius. So everything that crosses through Aquarius and everything that is in opposition to Leo, is going to be interacting with the planet of death, rebirth, karma, in the sign of Aquarius now that Pluto is in that, and that Aquarian energy, the collective. So we need to be innovative. We need to, again, 2 heart chakras that flipped over first, being open to shifting our perspectives. A lot of us have had our rose-colored glasses blasted right the F off of us as Saturn, Neptune being in Pisces. And then there's these others that are just choosing to not do their work, still playing the trickery. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they're tricking themselves. And so the heart space is known. I've said this from the time that I I've always been somewhat awake, but then I got blasted more awake when my son passed away. My heart is known by Creator. You can't fool Creator. You can fool other people, but that's why we need to be open to perspectives And perhaps if you have had your rose-colored glasses blasted off of you, as I have, to see things for what they truly are instead of the energy of being tricked by that. And so that does create wounds and traumas and hurts. And so it's important for us to heal that heart and release the energy under this Capricorn new moon, because it is planting a seed, but it's also a release with us leaving the year 8 going into 9. And the last one would be the crown chakra, mysticism. So this could be you tapping into the realization of the unseen. There's a lot of knowledge there. A lot. Again, this kind of brings up the energy to me of feeling a lot of energy in the crown, specifically under these last current energies. And, you know, before the solar flares came in, I was already feeling it with the solstice energy as well. So let's see. Let's do a moonology. Moonology oracle card for this energy. This is a little bit of a longer video, but this is kind of a rarity. Again, Pluto moved out of Capricorn. This is the second new moon in the month of December. I believe the first one was in Sag. And now we're really getting guided to get to the nitty-gritty on knowledge, wisdom, practicality, earthly things as well, finances. You know, this could be what we're going to do for income. This could be who we are in the world, whether you're married, not married, whether I'm going to be authentic or I'm going to be a fucking trickster. It's up to us to hold our energy accountable. Please don't choose the latter. The days of shade are getting exposed. Time buzzed by in 2024, and I feel 2025 is going to feel even more speedy. So we have to be able to think on our toes. We need to be able to tap in and stay tapped in no matter where we're at, who we're around, and be able to get the messages that our higher soul, our higher selves are telling us to be guided by. Yeah, because there's a lot of trickery energy that's going to continue to happen throughout this year 9. Technology is one thing with Pluto and Aquarius. Like, I'm all for technology, but in the wrong hands, it's fucking scary. And I'm already seeing it since, you know, Pluto retrograde and went into Aquarius and then then retrograde back into Capricorn, and then it went back into Aquarius. So when it finally did its last round in Capricorn and entered Aquarius, I noticed on my YouTube feed a whole lot of fucking AI generated videos, and it just like, yep, there we go. Not a huge fan of it. And as soon as I realize something's AI generated, I fucking unsubscribe. We can't allow the technology to replace soul to soul interaction, because look, I talk about this on my Lady Virgo channel too, as I've been speaking on about narcissistic abuse and how it has became easier and easier for the deception and the trickery, because they can just, you know, backdoor people across the globe. So first quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. So this energy is asking us, no surprise, Pluto in Aquarius, right? Trust the universe. Trust that you're here for a higher calling, a higher purpose, and that you're supported, that you're guided, and all you have to do is tap into that unseen. Stay connected. Trust your process. Trust the universe. That's going to give you an optimism. That's going to help you weather the storms as we go through different transformations and completions within the next year. I'm going to do an angel oracle and an I am affirmation, and we'll close this up. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do a Mother Mary or if I wanted to do an archangel, and I'm going to choose to do an archangel for this one. Trust the universe, be innovative, be willing and adaptable, because our messages may be just these subtle things that come through, an insight, a download. Go with them, because it's no accident or coincidence that you are tuned in. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand the spiritual truths. This is huge. This is huge. This is telling us to pay attention to the messages in this year 9. 2 plus 7 is a 9. This is asking us to trust the universe. Archangel Raziel is bringing us esoteric, so that's the unseen, trusting the unseen. That's mysticism. That's our downloads through the solar energy in the crown chakra, making us have open hearts but yet guarded hearts to be able to shift our perceptions, to pay attention and caution ourselves through the year 9 of trickery, to not fool ourselves, because ultimately, if you're trying to trick others, you're going to ultimately tricking yourself. That's deception. So Raziel is telling us we're going to get signs, we're going to get symbols, we are going to get things that are symbolic, to pay attention to those. This could be numbers on the clock that you're seeing repetitive. Take it to heart. Trust the process, that there's a reason that you're given these messages. So pay attention to that. Woo, okay. So I don't know the name of this deck. We're going to do one of these, and then we're going to do an I am affirmation for this 2024 end reading / current solar flare energy going into a year 9 of 2025. The very thing that challenges you can be transformation into your greatest strength. As I said earlier, don't avoid triggers. Those are the windows to a healing portal for yourself. Listen to your own inner compass as we go into this year of 9. That goes right hand in hand with the messages. And that Raziel's telling us to pay attention to the esoteric signs. Listen to your intuitive signals. They are real and will guide you in the right direction. Perfect. Perfect. And the last one is, it is okay to take your time. Sit on things. Let things simmer. Germinate the seeds. Plant your seeds for 2025. Take your time. Don't be making impulsive decisions, okay? Wow, just wow. Those cards all fell out, and I don't normally take them all, but I was guided to take them all. So here we go. The I am affirmation for this energy update is, I am divinely guided. Over and over in this, it is showing us mysticism. Pay attention to the esoteric messages, the downloads. Trust the universe. Be open to change your perception. Pay attention to trickery. Guard your hearts. I am divinely guided. I am divinely guided. That is the mantra. That is the I am affirmation for you. If you've tuned into this energy reading, it's okay to take your time. Simmer on things before you make decisions. Don't be impulsive. Listen to your intuitive signals and signs. It will guide you on your right direction. Listen to your inner compass. And the very thing that challenges you can be transformed into your greatest strength. That is so Capricorn energy on the high vibe, which is taking your life experiences, leaving behind the fucking stings of the experiences you've been through, the trickery, if you've been tricked or if you've tricked yourself. Take that forward to be your strength into this year 9, and much, much love to you. Pretty powerful reading there. Pay attention to the esoteric signs. They are everywhere and they come in ebbs and flows. So be still and listen. Shalom, shalom.